Yeah, I was going to wait until tomorrow to do my review of um the Basketball Wives of LA. But some people talking about it got me hype all over again, and they just interrupted my plans because homegirl was finna to fix this little ratchetness or whatever needs to be done, doing the toes too, and I gotta clean out my nail polish thing, and I'm watching one of my favorite movies, Loving Basketball. But anyway, so let's just go in and let have so I can go on and get back to what I was doing previously. Okay, so what all happened on this episode? Jackie's little fundraiser thing or whatever that was. Um the finishing of the meeting between her and Drea. Her sitting down with her daughter, her husband, and her daughter talking about it. And okay, so let me just start from the end of that meeting period. First of all, Jackie ain't as innocent as she wants to make herself seem, because if she was really just trying to do that meeting in order for her to tell Drea the information that her daughter gave her, she wouldn't have told Sunday, whatever, however the hell she pronounced that misspelled name. She wouldn't have invited Malaysia to the sit down. It would have just been between Drea and Jackie. If in fact it was on some, I want you to know because I like the way that this bond we're creating is growing. If that's what you was really on, nobody else would have been in the picture. Nobody else would have been invited to that situation because it's awkward for them unless you messy and want the tease just like that, like Sunday is like, girl, you got too much going on. As I stated on my last little thing, you got too much going on in your own household to be worried about what's going on to somebody else. You are too old to be messy, and that's why you going through what you're going through with your daughter. And I promise you, she gonna give you some more hell besides what she just gave you because you deserve it. You are trifling, you are trashy, and I don't even know why they featuring you on the show because you're irrelevant. Like, ain't nobody featuring you, and if they are, like, they're irrelevant too. Like, you don't deserve no airtime, no film time. Why are you here? Like, who are you? And you was there just so you can make fun of her. Oh, Dre, I don't believe it. Okay, that's her prerogative. Like, why do you care? Did you believe it when they told you that your daughter it was a picture of her with a penis next to her face on the internet, or did you have to go look for yourself and find it? You didn't believe that you don't believe that you a hoe, but that's what everybody said about you. So get your life, lady. Get your life and get out of everybody else's business, like, for real, because you working my nerves. If I was Drea, I would have slapped the piss out of you just for GP for your little egging on Jackie when she was telling the story, and you got the nerve to be sitting next to me knowing you don't like me, knowing you trying to bust me out at the right time, and then you want to give little hints. Go ahead and tell her, don't prolong it, just go ahead and say what I already know. Why do you know this bit of information, and why you so happy that you know it and don't nobody else know it? Grow up, get a life. Like, do you work? What do you do with your time? What do you do with yourself? Because obviously you need a life outside of the life that you got if you have time to harass or be focused on what somebody else doing. Whether or not Drea is still a hoe or whatever, that is her business. But why is one hoe worried about what another hoe got going on? Because you too, my friend, are a hoe. Let's just be honest. Okay? And Jackie, you probably a hoe too, because Doug looked like he liked men anyway. Okay. Next thing. That little sit down with Doug, Jackie, and their daughter. Little girl, you are irrelevant. Okay? If Orlando chose Drea, who has been known in the media to have dated multiple celebrities, be they basketball players or artists or whatever. She's known to have dated several entertainers. He chose her over you. What does that say about you? Don't worry, I'll wait. it says you irrelevant and you don't look like you think you look, and you ain't bringing to the table what you think you bringing to the table. And if you was doing all that when you was in Seattle, what you come back for? Let's see, because it was a flop. You ain't doing what you think you're doing. You just trying to make yourself look good. You trying to make yourself look good to your parents, and then you can't even talk about no relationship that's valid besides your parents' relationship. Like, if you gonna try to make fun of somebody's relationship, at least have something other than the relationship between your mama and daddy to talk about, because they're irrelevant too. But that's the rock you gonna fall back on, because this is what a real love in hip, this is what a real basketball wife or a relationship, 17, 18, 19, 20 years, girl, get your life. Nobody cares. They're irrelevant. You're irrelevant. And the fact that you gotta talk about their relationship instead of any other relationship that you didn't have in your life is sad. Okay, I know you only 20, but we know about the puppy love and all this kind of stuff like that. If you ain't got nothing of your own to talk about, then you're a sad, sad puppy, a sad, sad case. And that's all I gotta say about that. Now, this stupid GLAD event. Jackie, please explain to me. Please explain to me. Please, 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 please explain to me who the hell you think you are. Okay? Hopefully I ain't said no other cuss words besides hell, because hell is not a cuss word, it's a destination. But you know, I'm trying to get my life right and live for Jesus and stuff like that, so I'm trying to get my mouth together. But situations like this make me want to go back to the old times when I was cussing like a sailor. But listen, Jackie, please explain to me who the hell you think you are. What gives you the right to feel like somebody owe you something? First of all, you never told them girls that you wanted them to pay for whatever it was that you put them over. Oh, you're over invitations, and you're over food, and you're over gift bags. Okay, you never said that you got to come out of pocket with that until Malaysia had called you and asked where the money was supposed to come from. You want to talk about, oh, well, I done spent $30,000 on this event already. It is your event. Who gives a flying food how much money you done spent? If you want it to be, you and Doug supposed to have money like that. You got your own clothing line. He got his own businesses. Y'all supposed to be balling out of control. What's $30,000 to somebody that's got it? It ain't tricking if you got it. But if you complaining about spending $30,000, then it's obviously that you ain't got it. So you a trick. Like, get your life together. Stop trying to keep up with the Joneses, because it's obvious that if you got to put somebody else over departments of an event that's got your name on it, you ain't balling like you say you balling. Sit on the porch with the little dogs, cause you ain't ready. Sit on the porch with the puppies, cause you ain't ready to get out there with the big dogs, and you too old anyway. Like, why are you even friends with these people? Because, like, I don't understand why do they entertain you? I don't even understand. You like old enough to be their mama. Like, okay, I have a good relationship with my mama, but she's my mama. I ain't out there having no relationship, no friend. I'm not trying to make friends with somebody that's old enough to be my mama. Like, that's no. And I get along with all age demographics. Like, I get along with babies all on up, but I'm not finna make friends with no old woman. Okay, I almost said a cuss word. I'm not trying to make friends with no old woman. You need to get your life and get friends in your age bracket, because you look a hot mess right now. Now, okay, that Dominic dude, Lord knows, he showed some restraint. Because I wish you would, or anybody like you, I wish you would come at me and talk to me in a disrespectful manner, because the stuff that your event ain't together the way that you want it to be. It is your event. You overseer, and yet you don't know that they ain't got the gift bags, or they ain't send out the invitations, or she ain't checked on the food. Like, if this your event and you supposed to be overseer, you should be paying for it, being that that's your event and your name on it, and ain't nobody else getting credit for it. You supposed to be doing all this and all that, but you don't know that your stuff ain't together. For real? Well, I'll send that over to you right now, because the event is in a couple of days. Why are you talking to them last minute? What was the purpose of having all them little sit downs when y'all was supposed to talk about the event, and everything went left and nobody talked about the event because stuff was popping off? That's because you got a messy group of people together. You got a group of people who's supposed to be your friends, and some new people that's messy as hell, and that don't go together. So that's on you. Your event being a flop, your event turning out the way that it was, or whatever. I don't even know how it went, but that was your fault. And Did anybody else notice that Sunday is the only person that she didn't give nothing to? Sunday, is your funds funny? Is your funds funny, girl? You living hard? You living a hard knock life, or nah? I wonder. And British. You young. I understand you young. But why is you tripping on whether or not or how somebody spoke to you? You is young minded as hell. Like, why does it matter if she said, "Oh my gosh, hi British, hi Jackie, hi Sunday," or "Hey y'all," or whatever she said? Like, why does it matter how she spoke to you? This ain't even about you. She came into my event and didn't even hardly speak to me. So that's when you should have said something to her. You should have said something to her when she didn't speak to you to an event that you invited her to. This ain't your event, so why does it matter? Like, that's stupid. And you're stupid. And I need you to get your life and understand what's important and what's not. Whether or not one grown woman speak to another grown woman is not important, or at least it shouldn't be. Y'all all need to get y'all lives. I'm praying for y'all because this is just ridiculous. And I'm out of here.